Hey guys, this is my second room tour video. It's the Dark Souls collection. So last week I did the Destiny collection tour. Now it's time for, well, I said Dark Souls, but it's more Soulsborne, Dark Souls and Bloodborne collection that I have. So here's just a quick view at what's inside the collection. So here we have some Dark Souls comics. Right up here we have the statues, figures, Dark Souls Vanilla Trilogy, and right here is more the collector's editions and some t-shirts that I have. And right up here is just the strategy guides and Dark Souls 3 Collector's Edition right up here. So that's just a quick look at the collection. Now we're going to start up here. So first thing that you see here is this comic right up here. This is Dark Souls 2 Into the Light, Dark Souls Into the Light comic, and this was, I think, promotional merchandise for the Dark Souls 2 release, and you could get it only from I think it was a retailer in the UK. When you pre-ordered the game, you had a little comic with that, and there's only 2,000 in the world, and it's numbered. Maybe I can show you. Alright, that's the comic. So there's only 2,000, and it's just in black and white. There's no color inside, so that's how it looks like inside. I mean, it's a nice little comic, and it's signed, which is really cool. And it comes in that slip cover, very nicely slip cover. So this is Dark Souls Into the Light. Let's just put this up here. Okay. Then this is actually the complete collection of Dark Souls comics released by Titan Comics up to now, and I don't think they're going to make more Dark Souls comics. However, they announced that they were going to make some Bloodborne comics, which is very interesting. I was really excited when they announced this. I think they can make some really nice stuff with Bloodborne. But that's it. That's the Dark Souls collection. Dark Souls comics. These are all the cover that were released for Dark Souls comics. So you have all of them. I think there's about 60 covers or so. Some of them were pretty hard to find. I think the more limited one is this one up here, which is in the very first comics that were released, and there's only 500 of this one here in the world. So it wasn't the hardest one to find when I started collecting these, but still, I mean, only 500. And then there's a GameStop one up here with You Died. Very nice. If you wonder, I did read some of them, not all of them. I did read some of them. There's no real link with the Dark Souls games. It's more like a just different story with different characters. I mean, you do have some, you have Solaire in the first issues, but it's not so related, which is kind of a shame. But the artwork and the actual art inside of these is really nice. Can I show you? Alright, here it is. And just a quick look inside. I don't know if you can see, just the artwork It's very, very cool. That's pretty much the reason why I bought them. It's not really for the story inside, because don't buy this for the story. There's no... Yeah, it's not that interesting, honestly. But the art is really, really nice. So, that's it. These are the Dark Souls comics. Complete collection of Dark Souls comics. Oh, sorry, this is wrong. There's one paperback missing. The I think it was Legend of the Flame paperback missing. I'm going to buy it at one point. I don't know when. As well as the hardcover, you know, the Breath of Endless hardcover missing. But, you know, these are easy to get. I get them at one point. But for now, this is pretty much the complete collection. Now, I'll move on to the statues. Here is Soul of Cinder statue by Gecko. It's a resin statue. Can I show you the details on this? It's a very nice looking statue. As you can see, I did an unboxing and a review of the statue if you want to check it out. And this is the bonus amber that came with the pre-order. So if you pre-order the statue, you could have a bonus amber. And that's pretty much... This is 18 inches tall. And it's 1/6 scale. So it's pretty big. Oh, and in the back we have a comic, you know, part of my complete collection of Dark Souls comic. And we have, you know, it looks a lot like Souls of Cinder on it. So I just put it there. Then up here is the Dark Souls vinyl trilogy, which is basically the complete soundtrack for Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 on vinyl records. I did an unboxing for this as well, if you want to check it out. I'm not going to just, you know, open it up. It's going to be pretty complicated to open up. But it's a very nice box set if you're... I think it's sold out now, I'm not so sure. But it's a very nice box set that I have. Then here is the Bloodborne diorama from the PlayStation Gear store. And I was really, should I say, happily surprised by this. I actually bought this not so long ago. It was on sale at the PlayStation Gear store, and it's still on sale. There's only 1,000 of these in the world, and you can still get it for pretty cheap. So if you want it, you'd rather get it now, or it's in stock and on sale. As I said, it's from the PlayStation Gear store, and they ship only to United States and America. So if you're in Europe, you can't get it unless you use a forwarding service. But it's a nice little piece, especially for the price, and it's pretty limited. I mean, just look at this. This is very good looking, isn't it? The one thing I really like is the sculpt on, you know, the cape. Look at this. Just look at that sculpt. This is so well done. It looks so good, especially with the lighting I'm using. It looks really good, as well as the sculpt on the little enemy he's attacking. Little beast. It's not really a beast for now, it seems. But you can see the sculpt on this is really good. So that's Bloodborne diorama from PlayStation Gear. Then here is the Bloodborne Hunter by Gecko. This is the very first hunter that they made. If you're interested in getting this, because you missed on it, they're going to remake another hunter with a slightly different set. They call it the Old Hunter's Hunter statue, and they're going to release it pretty soon, so you won't have to pay $1,000 for a small 1/6 scale hunter, hopefully. And it's very good looking as well. This is the regular version. There was a bloody version that I didn't get. because I started collecting maybe a little too late, so I could only get the regular when I started collecting. So, but as you see, it's very good looking. I do like the regular one a lot. And right behind we have his Arsenal. This is the Hunter Arsenal by Gecko, and I also reviewed this, so if you want to check it out. And it's pretty well done. It was kind of overpriced, I felt, when I got it at first, but now that it's sold out, it's even more overpriced. Like, it's just crazy if you want to get them. So I guess it was not so bad. And Gecko are also going to make even more pieces like that. They're going to make was it the Kirkhammer, the Canaan, and the Beast Cutter. That's what they're going to make. So I'm not sure if they're going to make another different stand, or just maybe remake some of this stand. I don't know. Then up here we have, should I say, my favorite piece. This is Artorias by First Full Figures, and it's really big. It's the biggest piece I have. Just, that's how they look together. And that's Artorias by First Full Figures. Sorry. And it's also very well detailed, very accurate piece. When I received it, I didn't like the base. Didn't like the base so much. Was not a fan of, you know, the grass. You know, that little grass up here. I felt like it could look better, especially when I just started to compare with the prototype. I thought, okay, it could be better. But it still looks pretty good. It really looks pretty good. It does look pretty good. So, it's a very nice piece. And another comic with Artorias on it, just up there. This is the regular Artorias, by the way. So, cursed sword only. Oh, and this is a Hunter necklace from the PlayStation Gear store as well. It was on sale, so I thought, okay, I'm gonna get it. Why not? That's pretty cool. Alright. Now moving on to the collector's editions. First up, here are some t-shirts. These are by Gaia Entertainment, and these three are by Meat Bun. That's right. So these are official t-shirts. I know there's so many fake shirts that are being made, but these are the official ones. And they do look pretty good, actually. I didn't wear them. I just keep them for the collection. But some very nice shirts. Then I'm gonna start up here. Okay. Bloodborne, Behold Hunters, Japanese limited edition. It's complete. It's used, but it's complete. You can see, looks pretty good. Dark Souls 2 Black Armor edition, which is, you know, just in the Dark Souls 2 Collector's Edition. So, Dark Souls 2 Collector's Edition with the Faram Knight statue. I'll keep it in the box because I don't have so much space right now. Here is another Black Armor edition. This is the European one. It's slightly different. It has a slipcase, sort of a plastic slipcase, and it did come with a signed plate. Limited edition. Only 2,000 in the world, but as you can see right up here, this is the Executioner Chariot, and that's not the only version that was made of this plate. You could also have Faram Knight, of course, Gavlan, and just the Executioner alone. Each of those 4 versions are limited to 2,000 pieces, so there's actually 8,000 of these, but they just came in 4 different versions, and I think it was, you had to pre-order the game, and it was a little more expensive, I think, and you could get that little limited plate or something. It's pretty cool. Here, Dark Souls 3, The Fire Fades, Japanese limited edition bundle thing. It's pretty cool. Just over here, Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, Japanese limited bundle, and Dark Souls with Artorias of the Abyss edition limited Japanese bundle. This one is pretty hard to get. I got it not so long ago. I was looking everywhere to get one that was complete, so still had this little paper over here. Every one that I found used didn't have this paper, and I really wanted it. So I found this on Yahoo Auctions, which is basically the Japanese eBay, and it was like $40. I got this for $40, so I was really happy that I could, you know, get it. Then let's just come back here. This is the limited edition, well, Estus Flask edition of the Dark Souls 3 guide, and it's still new. I got it for really cheap not so long ago, because, you know, everyone knows that the Estus Flask inside really isn't that good, so now it's really cheap if you want to get one. Right here, Demon Souls Black Phantom, and it's still new. I won this on eBay, but it was in the UK, and the seller didn't ship to Canada, so I had to use a forwarding service to get it here. But it was actually cheaper than buying a used one on eBay.com. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. Then Demon Souls Deluxe Edition, and it, you know, it's not in super good condition, as you can see, and it doesn't have the soundtrack, but it still looks great. It's not so bad. Then here is the Japanese collector's edition for Dark Souls 2. You know, this is the box it came in, and this is the weapon set that came inside. So we have some very nice weapons up here. I think they're made from plastic, but they feel like they're made from metal, which is pretty cool. And the box itself also looks pretty good. Like, I can't... Sorry, I can't show you, but the box looks pretty good. Then, over here, Dark Souls Limited Edition, obviously. And it's sealed. Didn't open it yet, and I'm not going to open it. Then right up here is the Dark Souls 2 Bearer of the Curse, or Faram Knight statue by Banpresto, which is it's a pretty cool statue. If you can get it, I recommend you getting it. It's not so expensive. I think it's $35, something like that. So yeah, if you can get it, I recommend you getting it. I also made a review for this if you want to check it out. And then here we have the Bloodborne limited bundle, also Japanese bundle, and it's also complete. And finally, we have up here some Dark Souls vinyl soundtracks, and these are the Comic-Con exclusive ones that I got from Space Lab 9 from their website. They kept some copies to sell on their website after the Comic-Con. And I also got the other versions of these. So these are the Dark Eye Orb vinyl, and here I have the Eye Orb and the Tingeek versions. So at first, it does not seem to have any difference between you know, each version. So, you know, can you tell the difference? Well, probably that you can't, because there's no difference. It's the same thing. Even the back is the same. But One of them is a very limited version. There's only 100 in the world. And the other one is a thingy version, which you can still get, and they probably make thousands and thousands. So, which one is this going to be? Let's see. Oh, that's the limited ones. So this is the Eye Orb version, and you could get it only from Space Lab 9. It's a limited edition of 100. There's only 100 in the world, and it's very nice looking, isn't it? Very nice, I think. Then I'm going to show you the other one. Alright, that's the thingy one. You can see. So this one, you can still get it if you're interested. It's available from ThinkGeek. I think they're at $35 each. And that's the Dark Souls 3 record. It's also very nice looking, actually. Even if it's not very limited, it still looks pretty good. So that's the ThinkGeek one for Dark Souls 3. And the Dark Eye Orb version up here. It's also very nice looking. Alright, here we go. So this one is also a limited edition of 100, and this is the Dark Eye Orb version. So that's how it looks. Now they also made some for Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 1. Well, they also look the same. No difference at all. You can't tell which one it is. Yeah, that's the ThinkGeek one. And I don't like that it's pink. Okay, it looks pink. It should be red, but it's pink. I mean, it still looks great overall. That's the ThinkGeek Dark Souls 2. Alright. Eye Orb Dark Souls 2. Is this on focus? It is. Alright, Eye Orb. We have the New York Comic Con Dark Eye Orb version as well. That is right up here. Here it is. So this is the New York Comic Con version. And finally, we do have the same for the first Dark Souls over here. So this is the Eye Orb version over here. Very nice looking. Right. ThinkGeek. Very nice. And finally, the New York Comic Con Dark Eye Orb. This is going to be a pretty long video, right? Oh god. It doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure you enjoy. Okay. Alright, Dark Souls Dark Eye Orb. Very nice looking as well, as you can see. So that's it for the Dark Souls Vanilla. I can actually show you just the sleeve. I didn't show you the sleeve, just realized that. So I'm going to show you the sleeve. It's as I said, it's the same sleeve for all three versions. Exactly the same. No difference at all. So that's the sleeve. Very nice. The front. And just inside. Also very nice, isn't it? Dark Souls 2. That's the front. The back. And right inside. Also very nice looking. Okay. Front. back. And inside, this is a Lothric. Very nice looking. And finally, here is the Dark Souls 3 Collector's Edition with the, you know, it's complete. I just don't display anything for now. And the guides, so they're all brand new. And here is Bloodborne, the Old Hunters, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2, and the first Dark Souls. So these are all the guides together. And I do have some more books that I can't display for now. I don't have the space for it. But here's the Bloodborne, the official artworks. That's it. This is the Japanese version, so it comes in a slightly different. Can I show you? It looks like some faux leather or something. It's actually a paperback, but it has this nice sort of faux leather cover. And it's the Japanese one, but it's also in English, so you have both language in the book. So that's great. It's a very nice book, and now it's all packed, but there's some very nice artwork in there if you like art books and, you know, just the Bloodborne designs. And here we have Dark Souls 2 design works right here. These are some hardcover. I really wish the Bloodborne one was hardcover, but it's not. Neither the Japanese or the American release, or they're all paperback. But the Japanese one is just more sturdy, and it doesn't fall into pieces. Because I know the American one is made by Uden, and I had some really bad experiences with Uden, with their Darksiders books that were just falling apart. So I just went for the Japanese one. I didn't want to get anything from Uden, and well, anything that is paperback, basically. Dark Souls design works as well. So that's it for the collection. I hope you enjoy. You know, do not hesitate to check my other collection room tour. And thanks for watching.